What's good, y'all? Blacksmith here, and today we're here to talk about The Watchers. I know you see a familiar name up here, but it's not their movie. Yeah, this movie belongs to Miss Ishana Night Shyamalan, who is, you guessed it, the daughter of Mr. M. Night Shyamalan. Now, this movie's existence and concept was shrouded in mystery long before we even got a trailer for it. And now that it's finally here, I can answer the questions. Did she do a good job with her directorial debut? Is it better than any of her father's previous works? Let's talk about it. This movie is about a group of strangers who become stranded in a shelter that's located in the middle of the woods, who are visited by these mysterious creatures who watch them every single night. Sounds vague enough for a Shyamalan type movie, but the real question is, was it any good? Let's get into these pros and cons. Now, when it comes to the pros and cons for this movie, or really any M. Night Shyamalan type movie, they kind of run together, so I won't really be talking about the pros and cons separately, but I'll be talking about this movie as a whole. For example, let's talk about the plot for a minute. Like I said, it sounded vague enough to be a M. Night Shyamalan type movie, and that's only because a lot of the M. Night Shyamalan movies had plots that were pretty vague until you saw the movie for more details. And it seems as if the apple doesn't fall far from the tree when it comes to Ishana's inspiration and source material for this movie. Because just like some of M. Night Shyamalan's previous movies, this movie is based on a story called The Watchers by author A.M. Shine. Now, personally, I've never read any of the stories that any of the M. Night Shyamalan movies were based on, but I could tell that he picked from source material that included a lot more fiction than realism. And when he would turn those stories into movies, he would add a little bit more realism to it. And this movie here is no different. I hate to be the one to compare her work to her father's, but I could just tell that she was influenced by her father's previous works a lot. This goes into what I can talk about next when it comes to the acting, the cinematography, even the CGI. This is not to say any of that was bad. I will say a lot of it was actually pretty good. When it comes to the acting, all of the actors did their jobs and did them right. There were no unnecessarily drawn out moments and monologues with each character. No one did any unnecessary actions that didn't seem to fit the plot. All the actors did a really good job. And that goes to say something about the CGI as well. It was tastefully done. This is one of the first movies in a long time where even though you can tell it's CGI, it doesn't do too much to make it seem overblown. It was actually a really good touch sometimes. And when it comes to the way this movie was shot, I gotta say, at least the majority of this movie felt like I was watching a mixture between the Blair Witch Project and The Village. Now, I know the Blair Witch Project wasn't an M. Night Shyamalan movie, but you could tell that some of the elements did inspire this movie. Now, if I had any cons, I would say this, that this definitely does feel like, and I hate to say it, it feels like another M. Night Shyamalan movie. It didn't seem like Ishana was doing anything different than what her father has already done. Because when it comes to M. Night Shyamalan movies, like I said with the plot, it sounds very vague until you go see the movie for more details, because the trailers don't do it really any justice. And you have to see the movie to figure out what the big twist is, because usually M. Night Shyamalan movies do have a big twist, and this one is no different. Really good twist too. It seems as if she's nearly mastered her father's ability to make a movie that's fictional enough to be enjoyable, but realistic enough to be believable, and I enjoyed watching it. If you're not a fan of any of the previous M. Night Shyamalan movies, I wouldn't recommend this one, but if you're eager to see how his daughter pulls one off, then this one might be for you. Thanks for checking out my review. Let me know if you plan on seeing this movie. Let me know if you've already seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about this review, and give your boy a like and a follow. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace.